Welcome in, everybody, to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are live in Loudon, New Hampshire, a.k.a. the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're getting ready to go championship racing here tonight. We're going to crown our I-85 Asphalt Series WHELEN Modified Division champion here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Getting ready to tackle on 75 laps around this beautiful mile-length asphalt-shaped oval. Live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We got the drone cam out. Welcome into the main broadcast down here on a beautiful day to go racing for the WHELEN Modified Division Season 2 Championship race here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Welcome into the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I am up here in the booth calling my second ever Modified Division Championship here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It's been one hell of a season so far up to this point. Looks like the qualifying session is completed now. Yes, we are told to go ahead and get ahead. We're good to go. Neil Rutt III has thrown down a lap here tonight from Union Beach, New Jersey, so you won't have to make so far of a drive here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He's currently number one on top of the board. We'll keep you guys posted if anything changes between here. We got about a minute left of the qualifying session time. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll kill the DJ music here just a tad bit. Welcome in here as you sail around the beautiful state of New Hampshire down the back straightaway live here, heading out into the road course portion part of this racetrack. I very do much love that little Legends road course that they have here. We'll bring it on, welcome in, and we'll get you updated here with the playoff standing points coming into tonight's event. James Fountain leads the group of Adam Volford, Corey Tesner, and Neil Rutt. That's really the guys that have a chance at it here tonight for the championship for the I-85 Asphalt Series WHELEN Modified Division. We'll move the microphone just a little bit closer. Hopefully you can hear us here at the Magic Mile. James Fountain's going to have to try to hold on to it here tonight. Adam Volford, Neil Rutt is going to have some work to do here. You're watching the I-85 Asphalt Series WHELEN Modified Division Championship race, and looks like the LCQ race is getting ready to get kicked off here. We're switching on over to the drivers loading inside of their race cars. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. The LCQ heat race. We rocked about 10 of these all year long. We've had them since the drop of the green flag to begin the year. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be your starting lineups here. The front 6 drivers, the starting 3 rows to round out the LCQ qualifying heat race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Driving the number 27 Nurse Aviator, modified from Landrum, South Carolina. That's going to be Adam Peeler. On the front row on the outside, the number 99 two-time LCQ heat race modified winner. That's going to be Dakota Pignataro. Rounding in a third place spot here on the outside, number 6 Me Fine modified from Princeton, North Carolina. The fourth place spot here tonight, Zach Evans. Corey Riptide Tesner will round out the second row in the number 5 WHELEN Modified here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And rounding out the tail end of the field in the 5th place spot, we'll round out the Maynard Motors Supreme Wabash 02 Modified from Wilford, South Carolina of Nicholas Maynard. Cody Klauser will start from the pits here from Baltic, Connecticut. As we're racing here tonight at Loudon in New Hampshire, Dakota Pignataro will share the front row here with Adam Peeler as they work across turn 4, heading across the front straightaway. Freddie the Flagman has the green flag up in the air, indicating to the guys down on the racetrack that we are getting ready to go racing. One more lap around. This time around, the lights head off on top of the base car. Cody Klauser will go ahead and fire up that modified, get ready to head off a pit lane. Welcome in, folks. We're glad you chose here tonight on a Monday, to watch some action-packed virtual racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Go ahead and bring up tonight's keys of the race as they head off the exit of turn 2. You're getting ready to watch the New Hampshire Motor Speedway 75 laps around here tonight for the main event. We'll have to tackle out this LCQ heat race of 8 laps here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this will set the rows from 7th place on back. Heading on to tonight's main event, everybody will advance out of the LCQ heat race. We're going to have to find a line, get a great qualifying spot right here. And that's going to be your main keys of tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen. Heading through turns 3 and 4 here at the Magic Mile in Loudon, New Hampshire. These Northern Yankees just got a shit ton of snow. They got the racetrack plowed off and ready to go. Adam Peeler leads Dakota Pignataro door to door. Nerf bar to Nerf bar. We're racing in Loudon. Working through turns 1 and 2, side by side. Dakota Pignataro, Adam Peeler head off the exit of turn 2. Nerf bar, the Nerf bar. Corey Tesner looking to make something shake. Contacts made down the back straightaway. Heading into turn 3 and 4. Peeler chases the Pignataro up the track. And Tesner looks down low on the bottom side of the racetrack trying to plug the hole. Pignataro will fill the gap in below him. He's looking 3 wide, back up the middle. Holy shit, it's the opening lap here in New Hampshire. And we're already 3 wide for the race lead. Peeler upstairs, Pignataro up the middle. Tesner trying to hold it down low. Cody Clouser works his way off a pit lane. That's where he starts tonight's race from. Maynard will round out the 5th place spot. He'll battle back here with Zach Evans in the number 6 Me-5 modified. But down into turns 3 and 4, Peeler will sail it high through 3 and 4 here at the Magic Mile and head off the exit of turn 4, and he'll be able to clear himself for the race lead over Corey Tesner. As Pignataro's got the bumper all over the back of Corey Tesner, trying to give him a little bit of a push here. And if you've never seen these modifieds go around here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway or ever before in your life, even in real life on the new WHELEN modified WHELEN Tour, whatever the hell you want to call it here, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers are fighting similar to Daytona Talladega type racing here at the Magic Mile. The draft is going to play a very important picture part here tonight. You're going to have to be able to save your rubber though with these high bank true ovals here tonight at the semi paperclip. You want to talk about Martinsville being the paperclip, the high track views. We can't get you an angle of that at some point here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It's going to be a very key part of tonight's here. These guys are going to have to save their tires on the outside. Safer barrier goes Nicholas Maynard. He's shoved in the outside wall and the caution flag is out. The tires were definitely turned to the right there on the Maynard Motors WHELEN modified. The caution flag is out. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the instant replay. Take a look and see what happened to the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard from Wilford, South Carolina. The caution flag flew quite quickly there from the admin. They were actually all the way on it there, paying attention, so we'll back that ass up. Pignataro's going to sandwich Maynard into the outside safer barrier, so we'll back it up here, see if we can get a better look somewhere maybe down the back straightaway. This will give us the angle that we were looking for. You're looking for the 02 Maynard machine. He'll be slapped in the outside wall. Coming off the exit of turns 3 and 4, Pignataro just gets collapsed, sends Maynard right on that outside safer barrier. You see the sparks flying out the number 02. Pignataro and these guys able to get it up and moving though. But the race control was able to get his hands down on the caution flag button, so we will re-rack them here in the LCQ heat race with about 5 laps remaining as the caution flag laps do not count here. Maynard looks like he's able to keep that thing up and moving, and they'll all catch behind Peter the pace car. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment. Bang, bang, welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, looking out the turn 3 cam as we are underneath the caution flag here at the Magic Mile for the LCQ heat race live here tonight for the championship race for the WHELEN modified division within inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series Racing League here for iRacing, the sister partner of the Madness Racing League we proudly carry here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And if you're just now tuning in on the right, I mean, we got a ton of guys. We got about 7 guys rounded out live streaming us right now on TikTok. We want to go ahead and remind you, stick around, folks. We got a full field of modifieds here tonight at New Hampshire, getting ready to tackle on 75 laps right after tonight's LCQ heat race. But we're going to have to work our way through here. These guys are setting their positions from the 7th place on back. Talked to Adam Peeler in the garage earlier tonight before we was able to go out there for the qualifying session. Adam Peeler said he is sick and tired of rounding out that 7th place spot here at the qualifying session, not being the fast 6 drivers in the qualifying. Adam Peeler starting on his 3rd consecutive front row LCQ heat race for the WHELEN modified division. See if he can hold on for a win here this time. He'll have the race lead here with about 5 laps to go when we take the race lead. He'll be Nerf Bar, the Nerf Bar with Corey Riptide Tesner, the animal. Going to try to make something shake here. Green flags back in the air here in New Hampshire. And we're racing in the LCQ heat race with 4 laps remaining. Peeler's going to take him down into turns 1 and 2. Tester's looking to slide job him up underneath. Was not able to get the momentum that he was looking for. Maynard is going to look on the inside. He'll draft for the number 99 of the Pignataro. Scoot back to the outside of Zach Evans. These two guys will settle the top side of the racetrack. Pignataro's really able to get that 99 hooked up down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Tessner's going to have to close the gap up here on Adam Peeler with 4 laps to go here in the closing lap for 3 wide in New Hampshire. Maynard's looking 3 wide on the bottom side of Dakota Pignataro and Zach Evans. Evans will sail up top into the side of the attic. Pignataro will take it down low to the basement. Maynard sees what works in front of him. He'll follow the line of the number 99, but it looks like it's going to be 3 laps to go, and Zach Evans getting the run off of turn 2. Down into turn 3 and 4 at the Magic Mile, the number 5, Corey Tessner tries to work back to the back bumper. The number 27's not able to get the run off the exit of turn 4 like he was looking for. 2 laps to go this time around in the LCQ heat race. And the number 6 Meat Fine Modified rounds out the 3rd place position with Dakota Pignataro in the 4th place spot. Cody Clouser a lap down here, but he's able to put a gap between him and Nicholas Maynard. And that number 02 Modified. Tessner's going to be all over the back bumper here of Adam Peeler. When we head down into turns 3 and 4, he's looking for a move here to possibly take the race lead. Coming to the white flag here at the Magic Mile. Tessner looking for the slide job, but Peeler gets the gas down on the outside. He'll cancel out Tessner's what's looking to be slide job. White flag in the air here, presented by AFL Global.com as they work down on the front entrance of turns 1 and 2. Tessner's going to be door to door trying to work in Nerf bar with Adam Peeler. This for their LCQ heat race win in the start in the 7th place position here tonight. Zach Evans, Pignataro, Maynard figure it out here. There's no battle there. Tessner will take it downstairs one more time through 3 and 4 on the Magic Mile. He's looking for a slide job around the 27 of Adam Peeler, but Peeler will hold on to it. He'll come across the line and he'll win his first LCQ heat race here in season 2 of the modified division. Adam Peeler, the Nurse Aviator, wins one here in New Hampshire. He leads all 8 laps there for MND Enterprise, and his number 27 WHELEN Modified, he will start in the 7th place position here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight for the championship race for the season 2 WHELEN Modified division. We'll go ahead and bring up those point standings one more time if you're just now tuning in for us. Don't know exactly what the hell's going on. James Fallon, Adam Fulford, Corey Tessner, Neil Rutt, really the only guys within striking distance, realistically, mathematically, I shall say, having a chance to win it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Going to need a ton of work out of Tessner and a ton of work out of Neil Rutt the third. They're going to have to score pretty much gobble up all the bonus points if they want to be able to have a shot at it and pretty much have to win the race. James Fountain, though, holding on for dear life here. 13-point race lead here on the final championship race here in the playoffs. And Adam Fulford's got 7 wins on the race year so far. Can he make up the gap after him, and Neil Rutt make contact heading into Irwindale's checkered flag that seen Chase Johnson win it? Here are the qualifying session and how they will line up here for your main event here in just a couple seconds for 75 laps on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Hopefully your favorite driver has done everything possible here tonight to score every single point possible to win their first championship. Or if you're one of those Fountain fans, go back to back here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to find out and crown our 2nd ever WHELEN Modified champion here inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Go ahead and grab another beer, light another cigarette, go grab some popcorn. We're racing here in New Hampshire. So ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're getting ready to switch over into the race portion part of here tonight's Booty Scoot Racing channel's WHELEN Modified Division Championship race. The guys are loading in inside of their WHELEN Modifieds, and we'll go ahead and get tonight's driver introduction portion part kicked off tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Driver number 66, MND Motorsports WHELEN Modified from Union Beach, New Jersey, Neil Rutt III. Starting on the front row outside, driving the number 46 Miller Lite Wheelen Modified Playoff Championship driver here tonight from Greer, South Carolina, Chase Johnson. Second row belongs to the number 22 from High Point, North Carolina, driving the Cookout Modified, Chris Schaffner. Bring the music down just a tad bit here. On the outside of him will be the 7-time winner here in Season 2. The championship favorite coming in here tonight, the Sunset Modified of Adam Fulford. James Fountain will have a fair shot at it here tonight with Adam Fulford not on the pole here. Greenville, South Carolina, number 24, James Fountain. On the outside of him will be the number 40, Bass Pro Shop Tractor Modified of Michael Johnson. And on the inside of him will be the LCQ Heat Race winner there from Landrum, South Carolina, the NR3 Designs Nurse Aviator Modified, the number 27 of Adam Peeler. And driving the Evans B5, number 6 Modified from Princeton, North Carolina, the number 6 of Zach Evans. And on the outside of him, driving the number 5, Wheelen Modified in the 3rd place spot in the championship standings, looking to make something shake here tonight, Corey Tetzner. On the inside of him from Welford, South Carolina, driving the number 02, Maynard Motors Penske Wheelen Modified, looking to make something shake here, championship driver from the 10th place spot here tonight, Nicholas Maynard. Driving the number 99, Wheelen Modified from New Bern, from Allied Safety and Fire Sponsorship, on the back half of the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro. And driving the Eastport number 82, Wheelen Modified from Baltic King. Back straight away here, ripping through the gears live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chase Johnson's able to grab the race lead off a turn 2 around Adam Fulford and Neil Rutt to 3rd. Michael Johnson, Chris Schaffner, Corey Tetzner round out the top 6 drivers back here. You have yourself a virtual race. Johnson, Fulford, Rutt, Johnson, the top 4 drivers here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. In no relation between those 2 Johnson boys. It's all business here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tetzner, the number 5 machine, rounding out the 5th place spot here when it all settled to us here in the opening laps of the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We talked to you guys earlier tonight if you were watching the LCQ heat race. If you guys wanted to understand what these guys were going to have to go through here tonight, find yourself watching a Daytona Talladega type disc race. The draft is going to be so important here tonight, and these guys are going to be throwing slide job after slide job after slide job. But the main key here tonight to go to victory lane in Loudon is going to be able to save a little bit of Hoosier rubber on top of doing everything else possible to make sure that you can hold your track position here tonight. A mile-length racetrack oval, don't bring a lot of caution flags within the modified world, but you never know what can happen if these guys can get piled up here, have another restart. Chaos ensues, chaos breeds chaos. We're working lap number 4 here, the Wheelen Modified Division Championship race here in Season 2 as they head into turn 3. Off the exit of turn 4, Johnson looking to keep the race lead from Adam Fulford here, but he's having to drive defensively here. Fulford will peel out from the top side of the racetrack, back down on the bottom side here. He'll do it kind of late into the corner, so Johnson will have no room to try to debauch him here on the bottom side here. Johnson's going to have to defend himself quite well, but Fulford's able to get the gas down here. We'll have a drag race battle for the race lead into turn 3. Rutt will stick to the number 46 in front of him on the outside line. He maybe feels like he's got a little bit extra grip down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You're riding up the front nose of Neil Rutt. Does he pop the number, 46 of Chase Johnson in the ass in? Drafting here into turn one. He damn sure does. Does he look for the undercut to the bottom side of the racetrack? Neil Rutt playing patient games here tonight, knowing that he may have a chance to hold on here and fight some points back to have his name and have a shot at the championship here. And the closing laps when we call the checker flag here and the pay windows open. 3 shots, 3 guys realistically have a shot at the championship. Neil Rutt the third. James Fountain, the points leader, currently running in the 7th place spot right now. James Fountain communicating back and forth in between his team. What have you guys done to this Jeff Gordon Foundation number 24 modified? It is plowing tight through the corners of turns 1 and 2, and I can barely get the gas down off 3 and 4. They're telling James Fountain, be patient here. Try to set us a fast lap or something. Charge your way up through the field. The bonus points is what James Fountain may have to rely on here tonight if he can't make up the distance between him and Adam Fulford. Adam Fulford coming into tonight's event 13 points behind the championship leader in James Fountain, winning 7 races, on the regular season. Adam Fulford would be absolutely disappointed here tonight if he won 7 races, make it 8 if he could grab the checker flag and fell short of the championship. Chase Johnson, though, he's been the only other guy all year long to either be there in the end when chaos ensues, and or he's been the only other person to run door to door with Adam Fulford to give him a shot here in the closing laps. Neil Rutt III, driver of the number 66 Whelen modified from Union Beach, New Jersey. Didn't have to make a long trip here tonight in Loudon, but not 2 weeks ago, but the week before that, playoff race number 1, that number 66 Whelen modified in the 71, similar to what you're seeing on your screen right now. I mean, mere inches, nerf bar to nerf bar, bumper to bumper, the whole final 6 to 7 laps that we raced at Irwindale out west in California. Neil Rutt III and Adam Fulford made contact, spin around off turn 4, and Chase Johnson backed into the win there to kick off the playoffs. However, though, Chase Johnson missed the race 2 weeks ago on that number 46 Miller Whelen modified, so he was not able to compete here 2 weeks ago. It cost him some points not being able to participate in playoff race number 2, so he finds himself in a hole here tonight. Neil Rutt III, though, said he was going to have to move past what happened at Irwindale and not change the way that he was racing Adam Fulford. He said Adam Fulford's been dominating all year long, and if somebody's got to rattle his cage, why not it be the number 66 modified driver out of New Jersey in Neil Rutt? Adam Fulford, though, said he will not be pushed around anymore like he has been all year long. He said it all started back at Phoenix, racing Nerf bar with Corey Tessner, is when things really said he felt like the league was starting to shift on him, making sure that maybe picking him out, that he was maybe a favorite to win it all. And he had 5 race wins up to that point, and nobody else had one. Neil Rutt III, though, is all over this back bumper of the number 71 as they battle down into turn 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I've ripped and roared and talked enough here for 12 laps of the opening laps here, I shall say, of the championship race at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We'll get you down on the racetrack here tonight for tonight's first I-85 Asphalt Series championship race. Crank it up. The more you slap that like button, the more you press that follow button, the louder it'll get. welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, ripping and roaring here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Appreciate you guys cranking it up there underneath the fast and loud. Michael Johnson was battling some internet connection issues there, which caused us to have a little brief problem right there, so we apologize for that. Hopefully he can get that situation all figured out here as we continue to pick off the final laps here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 46 of Chase Johnson has been battling Dork Bar, the Nerf Bar here with Corey Tessner. We were rounding up the front Nerf Bar, the number 5. Neil Rudd, though, has not moved out this back bumper of the number 71, and Adam Folker, you're riding out the left front, of the number 66, and Neil Rudd, the 30, may be looking for a move here in the next coming laps to make the pass for the race lead. As they sail down into turns 3 and 4, he'll pull all the way to the back bumper of the Quality Welding and Fabrications number 71. Won't make the contact, though, like Irwindale. He'll work the battle here off of turns 3 and 4. Just trying to keep it together here, knowing that there's a shit ton of more laps to go. But how hard will Adam Beaufort continue to pace him and Neil Rutt away from the field and try to make it a two-man battle here tonight? James Fountain, the championship points leader coming into tonight in the number 24 machine from Greenville, South Carolina. He has went backwards here. He's down 2 spots from where he started. He's trying to work another spot back around Dakota to make it 1 spot back from where he started. James Fountain is going to need to have to keep it real close with Adam Beaufort in position in order to make sure Adam don't make up that points gap difference on him. There's about 4-point differences between each position. James Fountain only has a 13-point lead, so about 4 positions, 4 times 4 is 16. That'll make up the gap for somebody. Adam Beaufort has those positions right now that he needs to make the points gap up. He's currently the point sitter leading right now at the current moment. Really starting to get broken up into some groups here. We're talking about the draft there earlier. Neil Wright just looked down to the bottom side. Nerf bar of 71 of Adam Beaufort, just trying to keep him honest through turns 3 and 4. Dakota Pignataro is not going to let James Fountain just have it here tonight. Even though these guys are championship racing, and Dakota Pignataro mathematically knows he may not have a shot at it here tonight. James Fountain's going to have to earn it if he wants to get around Dakota. James Fountain's really going to have to make his move up here through the Booty Scoot Racing channel's back half of the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Zach Evans and Nicholas Maynard sitting back here in the 11th and 12th place spot. They're working their way off turns 3 and 4. They are way further back than the rest of the field who worked their way off turn 2 now. Or are they trying to save a little bit of Hoosier rubber here, possibly planning for a late caution here as we have this long 22 lap green flag run at the current moment. Pignataro has slipped up, went backwards somewhere here in the past moments on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Is now Chris Schaffner is threatening to make the pass around the number 99 here and keep that position. Dakota Pignataro not going to be denied here. He'll ride the upstairs basement here. Try to slide job underneath. Can he undercut the number 22 of Chris Schaffner? He cannot do it. James Fountain will hold the position that he was looking for. These two Johnson boys battling it out here. No relations. Want to make sure that we keep that up and clear here. These 4 guys, though, are going to be our first battle box cam here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. So we'll throw it down to the battle box cam. Bring it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap traffic is slowly starting to come into effect here as we take you up inside of the blimp cam. Neil Rutt, the 3rd, all over the back bumper of Adam Beaufort. Michael Johnson, Chase Johnson battle it out here for the 3rd and 4th place spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we would gladly appreciate if you went on over to the YouTube channel located at the Booty Scoot Racing channel and press that like button, press that subscribe button. Testers join the chat, folks. No Kais in it as they work their way around the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Looking at the battle box here for the race lead. Neil Rutt, the 3rd, being told by spotters right now, at this rate right now, if we can keep it green, probably about 25 more laps around lap 50. I wouldn't see why we don't catch lap traffic. How does Neil Rutt want to play that? They're going to leave the card straight up in the hands of the number 66 here and ask him how he wants to play it. Neil Rutt says he'll wait till the lap traffic comes into the picture and he'll try to make a move then and try and save a little bit of rubber. Michael Johnson just came over that radio there just momentarily, briefly, for just a second and said tight. That was it, tight, T-I-G-H-T. and he was complaining back and forth of how he really couldn't get the gas down without plowing to the outside of the racetrack. The guy behind him, though, Chase Johnson, in this number 46 machine, not complaining of anything right now. The only thing Chase Johnson's going to end up regretting here tonight at New Hampshire is how he missed the race 2 weeks ago, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, with a chance to possibly grab a win, but he wasn't there. Corey Tesner, he scored third coming into tonight's position in this number 5 machine. This blue WHELEN modified here, kind of similar to old blue. If you really watch real racing modified inside of the WHELEN modified tour, Neil Rutt III is looking for the battle for the race lead here. You're watching the battle cam live on the I-85 Asphalt Series Season 2 Championship Race live here in Loudon. Rutt looking for the slide job around Adam Beaufort from the blip cam. Can he clear himself off turn 2? Rutt can't get himself clear down the back straightaway. We'll watch it for one more lap here through 3 and 4. This will allow Johnson and these boys to close the gap up here. Rutt trying to get the slide job over over Adam Beaufort, but just can't clear himself across the line. Back down here on the main broadcast cam as they entry down into turn 1. The battle box will go away here, but Neil Rutt will not go away from Adam Beaufort. Side by side, Nerf bar off turn 2. Adam Beaufort being challenged here tonight at the Magic Mile by Neil Rutt. Championship race here at the Magic Mile in New Hampshire. And Neil Rutt's going to take him, unstash him, and throw him on the dash here tonight. But Adam Beaufort just got a little bit more quality welding and fabrication speed in that number 71. But the Allied Fire and Safety 66 keeps him on him up the racetrack. Michael Johnson's going to look for a chance to strike here for the race lead, possibly. He's got a front row seat to this absolute gorgeous battle. You're looking at the right front cam of the number 40 WHELEN modified of Michael Johnson. How does he play this battle that he sees falling out in front of him here in New Hampshire? These are the top 4 drivers here battling for the race lead with 31 laps complete out of the 75 here at the championship race. All contestants are championship drivers besides the number 40. But Michael Johnson has been here before. He spoiled the Season 2 late model championship race at Wilkesboro. He stole the race that day from the guys racing for the championship that maybe needed the win in the guaranteed championship. So Michael Johnson's been here before and spoiled the party. He's having one of the better modified runs he's had all season long, and that's because he hasn't been beaten and battered and banged by the rest of the field. Corey Tesner's working his way up through the field. James Fountain, slowly but surely, ridden this number 24 modified, back in a groove here from Greenville, South Carolina. The key to James Fountain's season all year long, 0 wins on the year. He's currently the point sitter for the playoffs. Yeah, he may be the point sitter for it because these guys wrecked at the Irwindale Speedway, and Adam Beaufort and Neil Rutt set them back in the point standings. Sure, you can call it whatever you want. James Fountain, though, has been consistent all year long. He's got 8 top 5s and 8 races raced. So James Fountain, has been consistent when it comes up to that point, So how does this Jeff Gordon Foundation number 24, who won the championship last year, put all that shit back together, put their eggs in one basket on a brand new points format with inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series and try to make something shake here and go back to back? Working off 3 and 4 here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Adam Beaufort leads Neil Rutt III and Michael Johnson. Chase Johnson rounds out the 4th place spot, and no relation there between those 2 drivers. Just want to keep that clear, so don't think you're going to see any kind of cousin or brotherly hate here and have guys wrecking the hell out of each other. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard has gotten around that number 6 of Zach Evans here. He's starting to put a little bit of time on Adam Peeler, who's losing touch to Cody Klauser up here in the 9th place spot. Cody Klauser coming out here in the Eastports. Woo, I was all over the place. We're trying to pronounce that. Let me take that one back with the Eastport. That one sounds way better. 82 modified, a homemade design from Cody Clouser himself, the Baltic, Connecticut driver. Came in part-time this year on the I-85 Asphalt Series WHELEN Modified Division. He's had a hell of a race here tonight. He's up 3 spots from where he started. He's just trying to work his way back up here to the front half of the pack, save a little bit of Hoosier rubber. He said just trying to get used to the guys in the field has been one of the trickiest parts here so far within racing on the full-time, racing part-time, getting ready to switch over to full-time. Cody Clouser will sign up and join full-time for Season 3 here and is expected to own his 82 modified charter on the returning season. He's currently scored in the 9th place spot, making up some time out of the back bumper of Schaffner and Pignataro. Neil Rutt grabs the race lead from Adam Fulford. Can he shut off the air to the number 71? And Johnson has a nerf bar there for just a quick 3 second to Adam Fulford, but Fulford shuts it off to the back bumper of his number 71 modified. Rutt works back around turns 1 and 2, heading down the back straightaway, trying to hold on to the race lead. We got a new leader here in New Hampshire. But Fulford will look right back down on the bottom of the number 66 for the race lead and try to take the words right out of my mouth. Can he complete the slide job? What a save from the number 66 of Neil Rutt, sideways off of turn 4. Rutt, Fulford, not sparing each other an inch here tonight. Neil Rutt needs every point possible. Similar fashion back at Irwindale. If it could only have been this clean then, maybe these two guys wouldn't have to be worrying, digging themselves out of a hole here in New Hampshire. Fulford will make the slide job pass around the 66. Does Neil Rutt try to look for the undercut? No, he'll think better and ride right in behind the number, 71 of Adam Fulford. You're riding on board with Neil Rutt. Michael Johnson, steady lap times here with Chase Johnson right behind him. He's put a little bit of a gap there, about a 1-car gap length there between him and the number 46. James Fountain has gotten around Corey Tesner here and back up to that original scoring 5th place position. So now what was about 4 or 5 cars in between James Fountain, the points leader coming into tonight's event, and Adam Fulford is shipped down to about 3 cars. So James Fountain has about 4, 8, 12. He has about 16 points between him and Adam Fulford right now in this 5th place spot. He has a 13-point lead. So Adam Fulford currently, as the race leader, has a 3-point race lead advantage over James Fountain. But we don't know how any of the bonus points will score out here tonight. We do know that 10 points has already been added to the total score of the number 27 of Adam Peeler and the Nurse Aviator. This modified here tonight won the LCQ heat race. Not sure maybe where they didn't get a chance to adjust on it after that LCQ heat race. Things have went backwards here for Adam Peeler. His number 27 NR3 Designs modified is struggling tight here off of turn 2. We'll see how things shake up here in the later laps. Rutt really trying to get around the back bumper of Adam Fulford there and just can't quite get there the way he was looking for. Holy, sideways off the corner was Chris Schaffner. Haven't talked much tonight about the cookout number 22 of El Diablo. Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina. 2 weeks ago had probably one of the better modified runs of his career. He is working his way around the cookout modified right now, and he's cooking up a storm as he's cutting in slowly to that back bumper of the number 5 of Corey Riptide Tesner and James Fountain. Tesner looking for something else back here to get his spot back around James Fountain. James Fountain's going to have to work. No Rihanna here to try to get this thing up and moving through the field once more. Schaffner, though, cutting some fast lap times right now. He was about a 10th faster than Tesner the previous lap around. We're working lap 44. Coming to lap 45 is Neil Rutt, the 3rd. Looks to the inside of Adam Fulford off of turn 4. He's got the race lead down into turn 1. How does Fulford replay it back to Neil Rutt? Coming down the long back straightaway here, the Magic Mile, heading down into turns 3 and 4. You see quite how everybody is spread out throughout the field. Fulford loses the race lead there to Neil Rutt, the 3rd. They've been slide job after slide job exchanging the race lead. Johnson running down Michael Johnson. That's the battle for the 3rd and 4th place spot. As Michael Johnson rolls up on the back bumper of the 2nd place position. Big time. Loose temper for 46 of Chase Johnson. That's going to cost him some time down the back straightaway. How does Fountain play it to the inside here? The number 5 of Tessner. He'll think better of it here. Lift. He'll take the top side of the racetrack. Tessner will take the bottom side here. Just probably trying to manage a little bit of traffic here. Looking out what's in front, what's out front of the inside of these Whelen modified windshields. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're loving what you're watching, press that like button, press that follow button, head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen, and press that subscribe button. You can find all of the previous full posted seasons there. Rutt has the race lead down into 3. Heading off the exit of turn 2, Rutt real high and loose off the corner. That'll bring Adam Fulford here with a chance to make a pass on the inside of the 66. How does Neil Rutt play it here through 3 and 4? He'll roll middle, try to keep up off the gas, roll hard to get back to it. You see how they'll go nerf bar the nerf bar. Fulford doesn't get the run that he was quite looking for through 3 and 4. And it looks like right now Fulford may be a tad bit better than Rutt through turns 1 and 2. We'll see how he changes his lineup here into 1. Rutt goes a little bit higher through 2, but it looks like Fulford's able to get the gas down, where it looks like Rutt battles a little bit of traction issues on that outside line. But Rutt's been able to roll great through this braking zone through 3 and 4 here tonight in this Allied Modified. You see him roll right back to the outside right rear quarter panel of Fulford. Does he try to look back underneath Adam Fulford here? What does he? Yes, he does. Holy shit. Look at the number 66 of Neil Rutt. He'll try the undercut underneath the number 71 of Adam Fulford. Chasing back up the racetrack. He'll change the lines up this time on Adam Fulford. This time where Fulford's been better than Rutt off of turn 2. It still looks like Fulford modifies traction's better off of 2. Neil Rutt's going to have to play with the brake bias here in the closing laps with 27 laps remaining here in the championship race. He's really able to roll turn 3 and 4 well, battling handling conditions through turns 1 and 2. That's where Fulford's got him beat. Michael Johnson, in my opinion, may be playing it a little bit too safe right now. When these guys get to racing hard, if Michael Johnson can stick his nose in there, make it 3 wide for just a brief second, maybe change up the picture on how this thing's shaking up back here. Cody Klauser is got one of the faster modifieds on the racetrack right now. He's up 3 spots from where he started, and he has ran down this number 99 of Dakota Pignataro. You see Cody Klauser slowly enter back here into the chat, folks. He's working around in that 9th place spot, trying to work his way back up here to the front half of the field. But Rutt, Fulford, and Johnson will not go away with 25 laps to go. The battle for the race lead is on down the back straightaway. Rutt not trying to move Fulford up the racetrack after complications in the playoff race number 1 in California at the Irwindale Speedway. Does Fulford put it in the rear view mirror, no pun intended, and just accept the way that he was racing? He had to bow himself out of a hole here. So does Neil Rutt. Both of these guys, ripping and raving, needed a race win here tonight, needing all the bonus points possible to try to cut the gap up to the number 24 in James Fountain. They got the 4 cars in between them to make up the positions that was already there for Adam Fulford. So anytime Adam Fulford's out front, he's up by 3 points. But the second that he gives the race lead up to Neil Rutt, he's back below the cut line of James Fountain. And I'm really starting to begin, maybe Fulford understands that here in the closing laps, which is why he doesn't want Neil Rutt leading any more laps forward possible than Adam Fulford. Right now, currently, we'll check it on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Adam Fulford has led what's going to be a total of, coming to be 41 laps this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and Neil Rutt has led 7. So I don't think James Fountain has had the privilege to be able to get out front. No, he has not. So Adam Fulford, as of right now, mathematically,
he will secure the most laps led here tonight, bonus points to his total score. But don't mean he'll grab the win as he slips up down the back straightaway, hits the outside wall. Neil Rutt back down through 3 and 4, where he's been a tad bit better than Fulford. Heading down the back straightaway, across the front straightaway, Rutt still looking for a move down here into turns 1 and 2. He's listening to his spotter right now. They're trying to dial up Neil Rutt a move here at the Magic Mile. Rutt's been on the back half of so many second place finishes here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He's led 7 laps, coming to lead his 8th one here at the Magic Mile. Union Beach, stand up. Neil Rutt's got 20 laps to go here in New Hampshire. We'll throw you back down on the racetrack here for the I-85 Asphalt Series Modified Playoffs. Fast and loud as everybody works off the exits of turns 3 and 4. Tony Klauser works through turns 1 and 2 in the Magic Mile. Down on the racetrack here, Neil Rutt leads him into turn 3. Oh, caution flag is out right as we do to crank it up. No. Back down on the main broadcast cam, steals it from us. Ticker's got Adam Peeler, the caution flag, and I'm not seeing any damage. What the hell's going on? We will back that ass up here for the instant replay. We'll check the SDK cam card here and figure out exactly what the hell took place here. Even the SDK cam card showing Adam Peeler as the incident for the caution flag there. We'll back that ass up. He is slow on the bottom side of the racetrack. Did he just come off pit road or something? No, he's down in the infield grass sideways through turns 1 and 2. Adam Peeler brings out the caution flag here for the first time. 55 laps into tonight's race. Let's take a look. Heading down here into turns 1 and 2 at the Magic Mile. Gets loose, steps on it. Tokyo drifts it and tries to hold on, but it's just not enough for the 27 and Adam Peeler. It looks like he was slow enough on the bottom side of the racetrack that the caution flag does fly here tonight. We'll back that ass up one more time and ride on board with Adam Peeler. See if we can't get out the front nose cam or maybe inside cam, of this number 27 modified. I see exactly what took place and how much of a handful he really battled inside of this modified. Tries to lock it down there, turns the wheels all the way to the right, back to the left. And as soon as the grass gets on those tires, they're pretty much cooked. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Peeler is going to have to peel his way back through the infield and back off to the front of the pack. The caution flag did fly here. Peter the pace car is out on the racetrack. We'll be back in just a moment. Stick it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Bang, bang, bang. Welcome back down here on the main broadcast here for the Modified Championship race with inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series program. You have yourself a virtual race here at Loudon, a packed-out, sold-out stand here tonight for an epic 75 laps, 75 miles at the Magic Mile of racing, celebrating the Booty Scoot Racing Channel's proud Season 2 WHELEN Modified Division. We have taken on what was going to be, this was 12 races, all year long. Led us up to this point here tonight to go championship racing. We'll bring up those playoff points to you here in just a second as we bring up the remaining schedule. I want to go ahead and remind anybody looking a modified or late model race, free to join, free to race. This will be the modified I-85 Asphalt Series Season 3 Modified Division Championship schedule, I guess you would call it. They will be switching over to the SK Modifieds and kicking it off at the L8 Coliseum. Dates are posted inside of the Discord, which means if you want to race and get inside of the Discord, make sure you go ahead and take the screenshot on your screen right now of the QR code and get yourself added in to the Booty Scoot Racing Channel's I-85 Asphalt Series division today. Ladies and gentlemen, are you a fellow iRacer? Got brand new paint schemes, custom numbers, and spec maps that you need created? Go to NR3 Designs, custom graphics, and schemes. Get the Discord at Neil Rutt III and or NR3 Designs. Back down here on the main broadcast cam as the Peter the Pace car signals the rest of these guys down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. It's going to be led by Neil Rutt III with Adam Fulford to his outside. First restart here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Hopefully these guys can keep it together here. It's going to be a slick one. Freddie the flagman pulls out the green flag to indicate that we are getting ready to go racing. Pace car will hang the left down on the pit lane, and we will be back racing in the championship race. Kerfuffle fuck on the front straightaway, and holy shit, we got guys spinning, and the caution flag is out. Dakota Pignataro, flat left front tire on the front straightaway. Adam Peeler involved. Zach Evan involved. Cody Klauser almost turned around. We'll back that ass up here and take a look. Caution flag is back out here as quick as it could be put back and the green flag be displayed. Not entirely sure what happened here. We were looking across the starter cam when it happened. We seen one guy get almost flipped over up on his lid. Maybe Chase Johnson on that outside line getting shifted around there. Not entirely sure what took place there. We'll take a look. Coming through the restart zone, Chris Schaffner gets checked up there, and then looks like maybe Chase Johnson gets checked up, and he gets lifted up out of the air, and that's where all the kerfuffle fuck really started. And Cody Klauser and the rest of these guys get checked up and go around back here on the back half of the field. Looks like Klauser was able to get it up and go, and Mater was able to miss it. So we'll ride on board with Chris Schaffner and see exactly what happened inside of his WHELEN modified that really had this thing up and moving. Chase Johnson here on the outside line, coming to the green flag. He hits the bumper, hits the back of Chase Johnson. Big time kerfuffle. Everybody gets tagged up there. Cody Klauser smacked it around on the inside front of the field. Maynard's able to get down on the brake throw. So just a big fuck fest there on the restart. The first one, though, we've had here tonight. We ran 55 laps underneath the green flag out of 75 scheduled. Dakota Pignataro's got a left front flat front tire, left front down here, inside of this Allied fire and safety modified. Will pull it down on the infield here and take it to the garage. That'll do it for us here on the caution flag cam. We'll be back in just a moment. Neil Rutt leads them here in Loudon. Welcome back here live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel at the Loudon Motor Speedway, aka New Hampshire, or the Magic Mile. You can call it whatever you want. Magic must be in the air here tonight. We got a caution flag for Dakota Pignataro and his flat left front tire after contact there between several of these guys on the restart. A huge mess there. Chase Johnson in that number 46 modified gets lifted up out of the air from Chris Schaffner, that number 22, and everybody really piled up behind him and started making contact, shipping guys around into the air. Just a big mess there on that restart. We started the opening 55 laps underneath the green flag condition. Looks like we're going to take at least one more lap around the racetrack here tonight before we see the green flag. The lights will be cut off on top of the base car this time around. Getting ready to be in the single digits portion part of tonight's event, and we are slowly right there around the corner of crowning our Season 2 champion here of the WHELEN Modified Division inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series. Live here at the Magic Mile. These guys have been told by the admin that they need to get it together here and get the restart down. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Rutt III going to try everything in his notebook to try to get it done here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, does the Allied Fire and Safety 66 have enough here to keep holding off Neil Rutt III from Adam Fulford? Adam Fulford looking for that 8th win on the season. Pace car will hang the left down on the pit road this time around. Green flag will be inside of Freddie the Flagman's hand, and you will be back underneath the green flag here in New Hampshire. You have yourself a virtual race with 12 laps to go. Heading down into turns 1 and 2, Adam Fulford, nerf bar with Neil Rutt III, Chase Johnson, and the rest of the boys. Head off turn 2, Michael Johnson gets big loose, but he's able to hold on to it. This is the first time the field's been reset here tonight, and everybody's got a fair shot at the back bumper of everybody else. Fulford's got the race lead over Chase Johnson. He'll have to hold on to it quite well. Heading through turns 3 and 4, Maynard Klauser beating and banging back here. Johnson down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's looking 3 wide for the race lead around Neil Rutt III, but he'll get shipped backwards here. He's got damage on the bottom side. Johnson involved in the accident there on the restart there previously. He's got damage. He's off the racetrack slow though. How does everybody else manage these WHELEN Modifieds? Rutt battling Nerf bar there with Fulford. Can he hold on to the race lead here? This could possibly be for the championship here tonight in New Hampshire. Adam Fulford comes in 13 points behind James Fountain. James Fountain moves back up here in the 3rd place spot. He's made the gap points up difference-wise. So James Fountain currently back out front here on top. We do not know how these bonus points are going to be scored here tonight. We do know that only 10 had went to Adam Peeler for his win in the LCQ heat race. Who sat on the pole here tonight? It was Neil Rutt III, but he had 30 points. He needed to make up. He's big time sideways off of turn 4. Rutt needed to make up 30-something odd points here tonight coming into New Hampshire for a chance to make up the points gap difference to James Fountain for the chance at the championship. He's ran great all night long. He's got 10 points added to his total score for winning the pole here tonight. It went totally out of the box for Neil Rutt. He's got a chance still here late. He's nerf bar with Michael Johnson through 3. Working through the beautiful Magic Mile, turns 1 and 2, the rest of the field. Tries to get it here, James Fountain, big time loose off the corner, but he's able to hold on to the WHELEN Modified. And that'll bring Corey Tessner, nerf bar here in 3 and 4. How does he play down here into 3? Schaffner, nerf bar with Zach Evans. Maynard's looking to make it 3 wide up the middle, but Maynard will look to the outside with Zach Evans. These two Modifieds were saving some these two WHELEN Modifieds were saving some Hoosier tire earlier. Maynard, Evans going to work their way back up through the field, but it's Fulford right now setting away with the race lead. Coming down into turns 3 and 4, Maynard, Evans, well, how will they play working through the lap traffic? They were 2/10 faster than the guys in front of them. We got a 7-car pileup back here. Holy shit. Oh, contact's made. Schaffner goes around on the front straightaway. And the contact's made from Cody Klauser, and the caution flag is out. Wow. A part of me feels like I called that into existence and jinxed them because 7 cars got into the battle there, and I had to shut up real quick because somebody gets turned around. Caution flag flies. With 6 laps to go, holy cow. Chris Schaffner, Cody Klauser make contact off of 3 and 4. We will back that ass up. Maynard and Evans working their way up through the field. They made it 3 wide. We'll take a look. They split the 27. Maynard looking for more underneath Tessner. Schaffner sees that, comes across the front nose of Cody Klauser. Hard into the inside, safe for barrier. We'll back that ass up one more time. We'll ride out the front nose of what's going to be the number 82 modified of Cody Klauser. From Baltic, Connecticut, we'll see exactly what he's seen in front of him. 3 wide out the front windshield. Never ends good here when you're driving inside of the modifieds. Hard on the outside wall for Cody Klauser. That right front tether to that tire is absolutely cooked. Chris Schaffner around on the front straightaway. Caution flag is out here in New Hampshire. We'll be back here in just a moment. Looks like the rest of these guys are slowing up, trying to catch the back half of the field. They'll wait on Peter the pace car. It'll be Adam Fulford, the race leader. And I'm being told from the admin, this will take us to the overtime. So make sure you go grab another beer or light another cigarette. Caution flag is out here in Loudon. Bang, bang, bang. Holy cow, folks. Who would have guessed it? It has came down to the closing laps here at the Magic Mile in New Hampshire at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the championship race for Season 2 of the WHELEN Modified Division with inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series program. Welcome in here. You have yourself a virtual race. We've been live for about an hour and 10 minutes now. We've knocked out about 62, about 63, 64, it's coming to 65, excuse me. Green flag laps here, ladies and gentlemen. 55 were done consecutively in a row before we had our first caution flag. These guys spent the majority half of the year battling for a chance to be top 8 in points to be a playoff driver going to the playoffs. The 8 drivers were seated here on the Booty Skew Racing channel based on how they scored on the regular season. We've already raced 2 races coming into the playoffs here tonight, one at the Irwindale Speedway and one at the North Wilkesboro Speedway that we raced 2 weeks ago. These are how they currently shake out here coming into tonight's event at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. James Fountain has a 13-point gap lead over Adam Fulford, but Adam Fulford has already added 10 points to his total score with the most laps led here tonight, so there's a 3 points difference there now. Tessner has not been faster than Neil Rutt. Rutt's got a 10-point advantage over Tessner as he will jump over him while sitting on the pole here tonight. So realistically, folks, I am lost. There is single point digits there now between the top 3 drivers within that point standings having a chance here tonight for the championship. Corey Tessner, Neil Rutt, Adam Fulford, and James Fountain look for a chance to be the champion here in the closing laps. Live here on the Booty Skew Racing channel. Rudd will be on the outside of Adam Fulford. Fountain will be on the second row with Johnson. This will be a green-white checkered finish, folks, for the overtime. If we get the white flag in the air, no caution flag will be thrown. If they can hold it together and get back around to the checkered flag, whoever crosses the checkered flag first will win tonight's race. Does not mean that they will win the championship. Green flag is back in the air. Adam Fulford leads them back down into turn 1. Heading through turns 1 on a green-white checker 2-lap shootout. Adam Fulford has the race lead. He's needing to win here tonight, trying to make up a 13-point gap difference over James Fountain. Maynard looking to the inside of Corey Tessner down into turn 3 and 4. Him and Zach Evans have worked from the 10th and 11th place spot but it's going to be Adam Fulford seeing the white flag presented by AFLglobal.com this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Maynard looking to the inside, back there on the inside of Zach Evans, and these boys are 3 wide back here for 5th, 6th, and 7th, and Maynard gets the position around him, but Fulford and Neil Rutt will take it down into 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Rutt will have one more opportunity through 3 and 4 to try to make a move around Fulford. Can he get it? No, he can't. Maynard makes the slide job around Tester. He'll get it. He'll come across the line, and Adam Fulford will win it here tonight in New Hampshire. Holy shit, folks. 13 points back in the playoffs. 4 points are the difference between spots. Finishing Fountain to Fulford is 4, 8. It's going to be 12 points. That leaves Fulford 1 point short. But he's got some bonus points for the most laps sled. This is going to be crazy, folks. I don't even know. I'm trying to do the math in my head. The admin says they are tallying it up here to send us to the commercial break. 10-4. I'm going back and forth here with the admin. We will do just that. Yes, sir. So we will send you guys to a commercial break as everybody comes across the front straightaway. Adam Fulford is the winner here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Nobody will take it from him, but he'll have to wait his faith here to see if he's made up the points different. I'm not entirely sure. Heartbreaker here tonight for Neil Rutt, holding off Adam Fulford there. The caution flag comes out, and he has to hold on to it there and can't do it. He'll get the second place spot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Adam Fulford winning it here, though, tonight at the Magic Mile. He'll bring it back around. We'll be back in just a moment, and we will have those final results for you when we return. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the WHELEN Modified Division Season 2 Championship race here at the Magic Mile. What a race here tonight. Adam Fulford grabs his 8th win of the regular season and goes to victory lane here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. But is it enough to make up the points difference gap between him and James Fountain? We are currently being told now by the admin that they are tallying up the final total scores here, and they will have those over to my possession here when we finish the driver interviews. So that indicates to me that we must have somebody down there. You got a copy? 10-4, yes, sir. So down on the victory lane with the number 71 of Adam Fulford is our pit reporter for the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Let's see what he has to say. Go ahead.
Down here at the front straightaway at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where the championship podium is on our way here. The tallying is being rounded up here. We are with the race winner here tonight for the final playoff race, the driver, the number 71 of Adam Fulford. Adam, kind of walk me through this race here tonight coming into Loudon, the modified division where you absolutely stood your ground all year long. You'll win. This will be your 8th win of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe it's your 8th win of the season. Just kind of walk us through what happened here with the points reset beginning the playoff and that big chaos there. Just kind of walk us through what you could have done better.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a great season. Definitely disappointing to win 8 races and not come away with the championship. That's definitely gut-wrenching, but I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. It is what it is. Tonight, we had good racing there with Neil pretty much the entire race, and yeah, I don't know, just don't really know what to say right this second. Just gotta say thanks to all my sponsors, Sons of Pest Control, L&A Tire and Auto, Quality Welding, L&A Tire and Auto, Rankin Race Engines, True Miranda Racing, ECR, Coleman Designs. Gotta give a special shout out to my buddy Easton for coming on the spot for me tonight. Yeah, like I said, man, I just don't really know what else to say. Just as far as things could have done better, I mean, should have, could have, would have. I feel like I've done everything I could. Just Irwindale kind of bit me in the ass, and I'll leave it at that. So that is what it is. But congrats to James on winning the championship.
That's Adam Fulford, driver of the number 71 Wheelen Modified here for the I-85 Asphalt Series. He will win the race here tonight at New Hampshire, but looks like he'll come up short here for the championship. We'll scoot down to the second place position in the 66 of Neil Rutt. Neil, kind of walk me through your race here tonight at Loudon. Nerf bar there with the 71, pretty much the majority of the race battling back and forth for the lead. Just kind of walk us through what happened back at Irwindale and how contact between you and the 71 and then some clean racing here tonight just led you guys to fall a few points short.
Yeah, first of all, congrats to James Found for winning the championship back-to-back. Good for him and his team. We'll talk about tonight first. Great racing there with Adam all the way through start to finish there. Banging Nerf bars, how Loudon should be. Trading slide jobs on each other. It's just kind of how the night had to end there between us. Pretty good racing, hard racing there. Irwindale, we got pulled to the hauler, me and Adam. Talked it over. We sided with each other. You know, shitty racing happened, and not how I like to race. I'm sure it's not how Adam wants to race or the outcome. But it is what it is. It's close racing with the modified. So congrats to him on the win. You know, sucks that he lost the championship, but got the pole finally. Took us all year to get the pole, and can't wait for next year to walk away from the seat, be the owner of M&D, and watch those guys try to win a championship for us.
Driver the number 66, Neil Rutt, will step out of full-time driver duty into full team owner next season for the modified division. We'll scoot down here to the fourth place finisher. It looks like going to be back-to-back modified champions for the I-85 Asphalt Series, and James Fountain. James, kind of walk us through your race, really much your season all year long. Winless on the season, but consistency was the key here for the brand-new format. It looks like you have done just that. You will top 5 all the races here. You'll win 2 poles. You're really the only other person that could top a pole all season long. Just kind of walk us through with your 2 heat race wins that you had on the season inside the modified. Those that definitely added some points that definitely came into effect here. So really goes to show that every point matters all season long coming down here tonight. Just kind of walk us through what it kind of took for your number 24 boys to have this modified, the fastest one out here tonight, to bring home those bonus points.
Yeah, overall, just want to give a hat off to Adam and Neil and everybody else that raced this year. I definitely thought Adam was going to have it. I'm just really happy we got that fastest lap somewhere. I just want to appreciate everybody for racing clean all year. I'm really glad I was able to finish every race. That's probably the only reason I got it, honestly. Look forward to next year. Adam's probably going to whoop everybody's ass and run away with it next year, so we'll all look forward to that. And just want to give a big shout-out to Nick for running the league and everything he does behind the scenes. And just want to give a big shout-out to everybody. Appreciate all y'all, and let's go drink some beer.
And that's the 24 of James Fountain in his Wheelen Modified. His team will head to Victory Lane here in New Hampshire to share it, to celebrate their back-to-back championships here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. We'll scoot down here to the top 5 driver, the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. Nick, kind of walk us through your race here tonight in the playoffs. Not really in contention here tonight for the championship. What really went wrong for the 02 group coming into the modified playoff? Yeah, we had a really fast Maynard Motors modified here tonight. Team Penske Development bought a fast 02. Really, it all started for us. We were just seeded poorly coming into the playoffs, and we really had a hole we had to dig ourselves out of that we really couldn't do it. I'm not really much of a modified driver. I got a lot on my plate. But tonight, to drive from 11th to 5th there to finish it for the Hard Charger Award, 20 points to our total score, definitely made it look like we did a lot more than we really did it. So we'll take that. Congratulations, everybody, on the year. Congratulations to Adam on the win here tonight. and James on the back-to-back championships. I had a blast all season long. I myself, along with Neil, will back out full-time driving duties next season for the modifieds, and looking to double down here and help out with the admin group here in the I-85 Asphalt. But otherwise than that, had a great race here tonight at Loudon. Can't wait to get back to Carolina. That was 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. He'll bring home the top 5 spot here tonight, and that'll do it for the driver interviews down here on Victory Lane. As Adam Fulford wins his 8th race on the season, and James Fountain goes back-to-back here for the championship in the modified division.
And back up here on the booth, ladies and gentlemen, we will send it to a quick commercial break. No, okay, never. Yeah, we are good. We'll bring up the music. We'll keep it actually right here for you, folks. Here, see if we can get this thing up and jumping here, folks.
Great race, everybody.
Welcome in here.
Adam.
Whoa. We will have to cut that off so you guys cannot hear. Then we will. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for that. Well, we'll bring up the final results here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel because they don't really intend on what the playoffs show there. And I know that could be a little bit confusing seeing some of these guys already had it figured out there during the driver interviews. Adam Fulford wins the race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And he has absolutely dominated this season inside of this number 71. This was his 8th win on the season. But some trouble at Irwindale to kick off the playoffs after being reseeded and having the points reset between him and Neil Rutt III really kicked off the playoffs in a negative manner for those two drivers. But these two drivers kept it clean here tonight, finished 1-2, and gave us probably some of the best modified racing we've seen all season long inside of the Booty Scoot Racing channel, Michael Johnson will grab the 3rd place spot here tonight with James Fountain grabbing the 4th place spot. Nicholas Maynard will grab the 5th place spot with Zach Evans being in the 6th place spot. Adam Peeler will grab the 7th place position, and Corey Tesner gets loose there in the closing laps and will come across the line 8th. 9th place belongs to Chris Schaffner. It looks like all the C's will finish down here in the bottom half of the field. In the 9th place spot with Cody Klauser rounding out the top 10 position. Chase Johnson will grab the 11th place position here tonight to find out the final race here in season number 2, and Dakota Pignataro will round out the final place spot position in the final race here on season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll bring up these points results as James Fountain goes back-to-back here in the modified division, his 2nd championship within the WHELEN modified division, and we just want to give a huge shout out for James Fountain. Really goes to show that consistency is key within the I-85 Asphalt Series WHELEN modified division. James Fountain came into this season and this playoff with 0 wins, and he didn't win a race all year long. He stayed consistent and kept a hold of the race lead when Adam Fulford and Neil Rutt had troubles a few weeks ago. Adam Fulford's able to cut it down from 13 to 6, and you heard it there during the driver chat. 10-point bonus point for James Fountain having the fastest lap of this race. Won James Fountain this championship. So if James Fountain didn't have that fastest lap of the race tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway here at the Magic Mile, he would have been so short and sorry on the points. He'd have been sick to his stomach. By 4 points, James Fountain would have missed out. By 6 points, James Fountain would have missed out on Adam Fulford. Sucks to have it here tonight, but you got to be consistent in the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, though, we do know things are in the work here for a brand new season in the coming weeks on the I-85 Asphalt Series. This has been the WHELEN Modified Division for Season 2, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Adam Fulford wins his 8th race of the season. James Fountain goes back-to-back inside of the WHELEN Modified Division. He's your 2-time champion here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. We'll see you tomorrow night for the late models.